Hi, Dar here. Welcome to Choose to Live with Joy. Let's talk about joy. I'd like to take just a couple minutes to share a little bit of my story with you. In 2006, I was diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer. After completing my treatment, I dutifully went to my annual mammograms and visited my oncologist yearly. And I had no further incidences of anything. At 10 years, I celebrated that I was cancer-free. Now let's fast forward to June 13 of 2019. I woke up at 1 a.m. in the morning with a sharp pain across my chest. Assuming heart attack, I was rushed to the emergency department. After 15 hours of tests, it was determined that my heart was perfectly healthy. But I was given another diagnosis. I was told that my breast cancer had spread and I had stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. This is a terminal cancer and there is no cure. So you can imagine, people often say to me, how can you be happy if you have terminal cancer? Well, to be honest with you, often I'm maybe not happy. I can be sad and mad and frustrated and even sometimes scared. But does that mean that I'm just pretending to be happy? That's an emphatic no. Oftentimes, I'm not happy, I'm joyful. So what's the difference between joy and happiness? Happiness is based on external circumstances. It's a destination or a pot of gold. You've heard people say, oh, I'd be so happy if I had another job. Or I'd be happy if I had a lot more money. Well, those are just those pots of gold out there. And life intervenes and those pots of gold can become very elusive. Happiness requires you have control. And you don't have control over much of what happens in life. You can't tie your well-being to happiness. But joy? Joy can be present even in the very darkest of times. Because joy isn't based on those external circumstances. Joy is internal. Joy is actually just an attitude that defies those external circumstances. Let me repeat that. Joy is an attitude, and it defies the external circumstances of life. About 5 months after my diagnosis with metastatic breast cancer, I decided that I needed to take time to do some soul searching. I felt like I had lost who me was. It was time to put that pity party aside and decide how I was going to actually live the rest of my life. As I read and searched and studied, one word kept coming out at me. And guess what that word was? Yep, you guessed it, joy. But how the heck was I going to have joy in my life that was filled with doctors and pills and shots and scans every 3 months? There was very little joy in all of that. So I became focused on joy. You know the saying, fake it till you make it? Well, that's what I did. The more I looked for joy, the more I felt joy. The more I shared my joy, I found out, the more I would feel joy. I decided I needed to pursue joy with the same energy and passion that I used to pursue happiness in my old life. I believe joy is best described by a quote from Danielle Laporte. Happiness is like bubbles, delightful and inevitably fleeting. Joy is the oxygen, ever present. As you start your joy journey, know that as you share your joy, you're leaving behind seeds of joy for others. Take the time to really pursue your joy and begin to sow those seeds. I hope you'll join me on my joy journey by liking and commenting on this video and subscribing below to the Choose to Live with Joy YouTube channel. All you have to do is hit subscribe in the little box right below here. I hope to see all of you again next time. Now go. Have a joyful day. Bye-bye.